Hey guys, it's Mr. Co. I am here to kind of give you a overview as to what tomorrow and the rest of our time spent online is going to look like. So I am just going to kind of go through like expectations and that kind of stuff. So let's take a look at our schedule. It's going to basically be the exact same thing as our regular class schedule, except everything's just going to be on Zoom. Specials is going to be on Zoom as well, and then the only difference, I guess, is lunch and your recess is going to be on your own. So you'll be able to just log off and have your own lunch and your own recess, and then you would just be logging back in for ELA at 2:15. So us starting our day, it's going to be the exact same thing as if we were in the classroom. So just like the earliest you guys can start being dropped off is at 9:10. You guys can join our Zoom call at 9:10 at the earliest, but you have to be logged in at 9:40 because that's when our bell rings. So you have to be on by 9:40. You're still copying your planner. You're still answering the question of the day and answering the math question of the day. Unfortunately, because you guys don't have your materials, you're just going to have to answer those questions on a lined piece of paper. But I would keep it all together so that way the next day when you answer the question of the day and the math question of the day, like it's kind of as if you had your notebook and you had that section to write it in. So you're just going to be doing that like on a loose leaf piece of paper, and I would just keep it all together because we're also going to be still writing our goals at the end of the day. So I kind of want it to look as similar as possible to what we'd be doing in the classroom. So it would benefit you guys more to be logging in at around 9:10 because then that makes sure that you have the opportunity to copy your planner. You're answering the question of the day and answering the math question of the day, just like as if you were coming in on time. Sorry, if you were coming in at 9:10 in the classroom, you'd have a lot longer to like get all that stuff done and you're not feeling rushed. So that would be the same thing. So it would benefit you to be logging in earlier just so you have an opportunity to get all this stuff done. So the morning slide is going to look a little bit different just because I don't have a whiteboard to display the math question of the day. So it's all going to be included on the slide. So here you've got your planner. Here you've got your question of the day, and then here you've got your math question of the day. So I also want to go over some Zoom rules. I will be going over these tomorrow morning, but it's important that you guys kind of are aware right now and like you already have this in mind. So what we basically need to keep in mind is that just because I am teaching you guys through a computer, it does not, like that doesn't change my classroom expectations. So we need to be acting the same as if we were in the classroom. Your microphone needs to be on mute because if it's my turn to talk and your turn to listen, there shouldn't be any kind of noises and stuff coming from your computer, so your microphone needs to be on mute so that way everyone can focus on what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. Just like in the classroom, you'd be raising your hand to ask a question or to share anything. I will go over how to use the raise hand feature tomorrow, but there is a raise hand feature, so it's basically a button that you would click and it would show me that you're raising your hand, and then I would call on you and you can unmute yourself and ask your question or share. And then we're not getting up to go to the bathroom or getting a drink in the middle of the lesson because it's important that you are sitting through everything that I'm going over because we don't want you to miss stuff. Just because you're at home, it doesn't really mean the rules are changing. The expectations are still the same. And the camera should be focused on you. So you shouldn't be like showing anybody in the room like, what does your room look like? What do your pets look like? Oh, look, this is my sibling. We're here to learn, and that is like the whole point of like me teaching you through Zoom. So it's not like we're not having like fun time. Like maybe we can have that opportunity like at the end of the day or something like that, but for the most part, you guys should be like, your camera should be focused on you. You shouldn't be trying to cause any distractions for the people who are in the Zoom call as well. So you guys kind of already know how to do this because we've been logging into My Passcode Connect and clicking on My Learning. I'm going to kind of show you how to favorite your courses so it makes it easier to navigate and get to them. So let me toggle you over to, whoops. Okay. So when you log into My Passcode Connect, you're going to find your My Learning course. When you click on it, you are going to see a bunch of courses. Maybe some of them are like the SSYRA course. As you can see, I have a lot of courses here too. So I'm going to show you how you would favorite like these main 4 ones up here, so that way they're the only ones that you see when you log in. So what you're going to do is, right now you're on your dashboard, but instead you're going to click on courses. You're going to scroll all the way down until you find all courses. And basically you are going to go down this list and you are going to find the 4 main courses that we are going to be using. So we have Language Arts, grade 4. Make sure it's saying like 2021. I don't think you should have any that don't say that, but just make sure that you are clicking Language Arts grades for 2020 to 2021. You're going to do the same thing for Math, Science, and Social Studies. And then if you are in the SSYRA course, then you could probably go ahead and click on that too. I don't think I'm added to that one yet though. So you can click that as well, so that way when you then go back to your dashboard, you are only looking at these courses and there's nothing else that pops up. So that's just an easy way to navigate to these courses quickly. I would recommend that you favorite your specials courses. I am not sure how much they're going to be used, so I'd maybe just do that just in case. Okay, so now I'm going to show you kind of what each course looks like. So we're going to start with Math first because that's the first thing that we do during the day. So the way that Math is going to work, you guys are going to log on to Zoom. I'm going to teach my math lesson just like normal. You guys are going to share and like your answers and stuff like that, and I'm going to be possibly asking you to show me your work on your piece of paper and stuff like that. When it comes to the problem set, actually let me show you what it would look like as a student. So the home pages of your course, all of them starts with the modules, so you should just be able to scroll down and find the stuff that like we are working on. So we are doing lesson 3 tomorrow. So if I were to show you, if we were to do the lesson 3 concept development or the lesson, and then I'm like, okay, it's time to do the problem set, you would have to come to the math course. You would click on the lesson 3 problem set. It's got your directions, it's got your must-do problems, so you would just click on the link right there. It's going to download the document. You would click on it. And it's going to open up to the problem set. This includes the application problem, it includes the actual problem set, and then it also includes the exit ticket. So I will probably put you guys in groups on the Zoom call. You guys will work through the problem and then like check your work as you go, just like we would in class. The document is editable, so you can just type in there. When it comes to problems like these, like you're going to need to show your work on a separate piece of paper because it's going to be too difficult to try and type out your work in like each of these boxes. It's going to take way too long, and it even says that in the directions. It says use scratch paper to show your work and then type the final answer in the box. So that would be your problem set. You would click next and then you can see the exit ticket. I'm going to post a separate video on how to submit your exit ticket online, but basically once you're done with your problem set with your group, I would then let you know, okay, like let's all come back. I'll go over some problems as a class, and then I'll say, okay, it's time to do the exit ticket. So then it would be your turn to then independently scroll down to the exit ticket. So you've just like done all your work up here. You're going to scroll all the way down to the exit ticket. You are going to, you know, do the exit ticket and then submit it when you are done. And like I said, I'll submit another video to kind of show you how you would do that. So that is math. So back to your dashboard. For ELA, you would just click in. I'm just turning it to student view because I don't want you to focus on what you're going to see when like what it would look like as a teacher. So this is you looking at it as a student. So you'll just see some different assignments here. ELA is going to look the same as it does normally, where we have like a whole group and then I go through a PowerPoint and I show you guys that kind of stuff. I'll give you something independent to work on, then or like something to work on in groups, and then we'll come back together and talk about it. And then depending on the day, I will say, okay, like after we've done a lesson, I might say, okay, now you have to do this assignment. So you just have to come in here, look for the assignment that I'm talking about, and complete it independently. So you guys will probably notice that even though we are going to be doing online school, it's going to look very similar to as if we were in the actual classroom. It's just everything is over Zoom. So I did have you favorite social studies, but science is what we're going to be working on first. So when you go into science, scroll down and you can kind of see what we were working on in interdependence. So once it's the science lesson, we'll be on Zoom and I'll probably say go into the science course and click on this, and I can even share my screen to show like whatever it is that we're clicking on, and I'll give you directions from there. So a lot of it is going to be us as a class and me teaching and you guys either working in groups or doing something independently. So it's going to look almost exactly the same as if we were in the actual classroom. So I'm not going to get into social studies because I'm not sure if we actually will end up doing any social studies. We might just be doing science for the time being that we are in My School Online. So that was about it. Let me go back to the PowerPoint real quick. So this is just talking about like what the little icons mean. So this would be an assignment icon, meaning that you are submitting something from like an outside source, meaning like you wrote your answer on paper and you're submitting a picture of it, or maybe you typed your answer into a Word document, or something like the problem set where you are typing your answers somewhere else and then you're submitting the assignment. A quiz is something that you're taking on the course. Everything's provided for you. You don't need to like do something somewhere else and then submit it. So I think that is about it. So I hope that this kind of answered some questions, kind of helped us prepare for what tomorrow is going to look like. So remember, when we log in, like this is what you guys are going to see on the screen, and it should be that same routine that we have in the morning where copying your planner, question of the day, math question of the day, and then we'll watch the morning news. So everything's going to feel, for the most part, familiar. So, yep, all right, I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying maybe this extra day off today, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.